Where we last left our heroes, after ending the terrible reign of Barristan Kench and seemingly bringing an end to his rebellion along with him, the party fled the scene of his burning home and cannon canopy by way of the Wandering Weasel using the magic key granted to them by Tom. Through the doors, they found the weasel in the midst of a dank swamp that also happened to be the birthplace of Asmo. After a tension-filled meeting with Sithranthir, the shaman of Asmo's village, and de facto parental figure of Asmo, begrudgingly, he learned that his brother Deus had passed through to meet with an ancient being dwelling beneath the swamp itself. Seeking what information Deus came to find, Asmo and the gang traveled to the center of the swamp and found the embodiment of Rot in the form of a massive black-skinned hog with pus-filled eyes beneath an old tree. Upon speaking with the pig that went by the name of Festus, they learned that Deus came seeking information on how to complete the Slayer's Blade, a weapon that had been forged by fractals of the very realm of death itself, and learned that Nara carried a piece of that blade with her. The other piece presumably being in the hands of Kageroshi. Deus left with that information to presumably deliver that information or retrieve the blade, hard to say. And the party learned that Festus happened to be the one portal on this planet where a physical being could enter the realm of death. Festus informed the party that while several have attempted to enter, they need the blessing of Lady Death herself to return, and thus far, none have returned from the endeavor. Growing weary of conversation, Festus settled in for a long slumber, while the party stayed in his festering rot cave. Denir, meanwhile, stayed outside. He didn't want none of that. The smell of rot and must still clings in the air, and every time Festus breathes out of its massive nostrils, the air grows dense and moist, and it smells like hot garbage and like bubbling, festering sinew. Hope you've all eaten.
I have not.
Well, good news.
But I'll
you won't
remember
be
this.
anytime soon.
Good news, everyone.
Wolfgang just looks at Nara, covering his mouth.
So, what are you thinking?
I think we need the other part of that blade. I don't know if Lady Death would let me return.
Then we should seek out Kageroshi.
Feel like I'm missing something here, but I don't know what it is.
Let me pull up my notes here real quick, because I think I had an epiphany last episode, and I don't
It's been a few
remember
weeks.
what it was. Okay.
Denir, what have you been up to all this time?
Denir's been standing outside the cave. He is far enough from the cave where he is no longer smelling that stench, and he is trying to ward himself with as much abjuration magic to protect himself from the stench as well as the bugs.
You have a suit of mage armor, like stacking sweatshirts. It's like you're the kid in A Christmas Story where you can barely move your arms with how much magic armor you've stacked on yourself.
Good. And Denir's just going to waddle away a little bit, having trouble with the muck and the mud, but he is just waddling a little bit away from the group, from the tree.
You starfish waddle away.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, back under the tree.
God, it smells like shit under here.
We should probably leave if we're done.
I don't think we'll ever be done. Got a lot to think about.
Are we done here?
I don't.
For now.
We can come back.
Don't remind
just-
me.
Feel like I'm missing something. It's.
What can I say to help? What are you missing?
You see,
don't know.
Asmo's a little bit agitated.
Nara's like deeply concerned.
No, there's no more agitated. You can just tell he's just exhausted, tired. He's just like, there's so much running through his head right now. So.
Why would the master give me part of a blade that it would be dangerous for him?
When did he give it to you again?
Right.
When did he give the part to you? The part of the blade?
It would have been before you set out on this quest.
It was shortly before I came to join you.
Okay. So, are you telling me that the master gave part of the one thing that could kill him to one of his, and then had her go to a bunch of his sworn enemies?
Hey,
Call me crazy.
Asmo just looks like, just kind of gives a look to Wolfgang like, dude.
Call me
That's-
crazy. But I think Solomon wants to die.
I think so. I mean, when I left, he told me to seek out the Deadeyes and to bring me the head of their leader, but that was the father, and the father has the other part
Okay, hold
of the
on, huh?
blade, or the Deus does?
Did Solomon give you the part of the blade? Was it just delivered to you? Did he physically give it to you?
Yes.
Yeah, above game, I'm just trying to make sure that he wasn't just like, here,
Yes.
it's in a box. Okay, it was physically handed by Solomon off to her. Then that changes
Yeah.
things. Okay.
Like, on one half, it's because it was her 100th birthday. On the other half, it was because, hey, you're going out on a quest. Here, use this to kill shit.
Oh, happy birthday.
I had just turned 100, and he gave the blade to me as a gift, and also to kill things with easier.
You can kill anybody with anything if you got enough, conviction.
But can you kill a god?
If you have enough conviction.
Nick, what was the conversation like with Solomon when he gave it to her?
Same as it usually is with him. He's very nonchalant, very direct. Like, here, basically he made it sound like it was no big deal. He found this piece of crap and you can go use it. Looks like it would fit on your belt.
Wait, I'm sorry. Nara, did you say you're how old?
When I turned 100, he gave me this.
You see Asmo doing like the blink, 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 blink.
Asmo, she's an elf.
Is something wrong?
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. We're good. Everything's fine.
We know Fezziwig. How old did he say he was? Like 90?
Nobody acts like he's 2. I'm sorry, I'm exaggerating. He acts like he's 6.
No, that's Hackless. Fezziwig is the guy with a murder in his head.
Oh my god, I'm getting them confused.
Asmo's hands in his eyes like, God!
So Master gives me part of a dangerous blade for him,
We should.
specifically,
Could we
and
get out
sends
of the...
me to find the other one. Oh,
She's so distracted, she's like not thinking about the smell.
As Wolfgang's just shoving everybody out of the stench cave.
All right, we need to go see if Denir's alive.
All right. Wolfgang, you shove everybody out of the stink cave and back out into the swamp where you see Denir, go ahead and make me a dex check real quick.
Okay. Fun.
With disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh no.
That is
Hey.
a 15.
Yeah, you're fine. You're just trying to like waddle on this on these roots and just like hopping onto like the chunks of roots that are above water.
He's trying to get back to his gator horse.
Yeah, Denir looks like he's got shimmering jackets on that are like 27 layers thick. So that's what you guys see when you come out of the stench cave.
Oh. How have you been?
Lovely. The bugs are getting me now, so
Oh, God. What a hellacious day.
We have some news. And we basically tell him everything that happened in that cave and what we've learned.
So you learn everything about the fact that there are these two magical, like these insanely magical artifacts that, when combined together and blessed by death in the realm of death itself, can essentially turn into a blade that could potentially kill almost anything, according to legend.
okay, you have my attention. Kinda
I
neat,
think-
something like that.
I think Solomon wants to kill himself or die, and that's why he gave Nara the blade.
But I would need the other part of the blade to finish the job and also go have the blessing of Lady Death on the blade.
So-
That- I don't know if there's a lot of things going on right now, and we kinda need Solomon alive right now. Just a little bit.
I haven't heard from the master in some time. Normally, he would... I don't know. Our last talk was not good.
How do you normally talk to him?
Normally, I report the being that I have killed, and he tells me that I have done a good job, and then I go kill something else.
You know what it is? I bet he's playing with all the bodies that you've been sending as of late, and he's been really, really busy.
Maybe. I don't know. And I'm both worried and relieved to not hear from him right now.
Her face is all twisted up in concern and thinking way too hard.
Hey, Nar.
What?
Whatever comes next, now that we're just mortals, being moved around like play pieces, like a damn board game in a bar, or a tavern played by gods. Whatever.
I don't.
We're just
I don't know.
playthings at the whims of God. So just whatever comes next, no matter how weird and messed up it is, and it's gonna sound even weird and messed up to say it, it's not personal because these beings are well beyond us. In there was something.
He's gesturing back to the vine tree.
Was something I was terrified of as a kid, and now I get to see him as who I am. And it wasn't that he was terrifying; it's that he smelled so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And what you are afraid of when you're young, it might just be more uncomfortable when you're older. And just Listen, I'm trying to process a lot involving my brother and everything, and I can only imagine what you're going through right now. And all
That's
of
just
us are.
it, Asmo. I wasn't afraid when I was young. Everything was defined for me. I did not have to think or feel. I did my job and I came home. Now things are a lot more complicated. I don't even know if I want to hear from the Master anymore. And I do, but I don't, and I feel conflicted with that. And now I have beings that I care about. And that's hard too.
A heart is a heavy burden, Denir says as he's trying to hop up onto the horse now, and he's having significant trouble doing so.
Go ahead, acrobatics
I'll help him.
with advantage.
Nat 20.
Hey, there you go.
He's just hanging across it like a saddlebag.
Wolfgang, well, at a nat 20, Wolfgang walks over there, just kind of gives you a hup, and you're just steady on place. You can't hold the reins, but you're up there.
Good deal. He's just T-posing on top of the horse.
T-posing to show dominance on your gator horse.
Nara's concerned face breaks slightly at the sight of Denir being a saddlebag over a crocodile horse.
Okay. So what now? Do we find the other blade?
It's $1 million question, isn't it?
We have a few options here.
You all know what I want to do.
Supposedly Arkhanos is somewhere in these woods.
Well, in the overgrowth.
Right.
Yeah. Further to the east.
And
So?
we know that the Jester of Bordeaux is somewhere on his way there as well, looking for the same thing. My cousin, Miguel, is hunting down the Jester. Now we have the matter of trying to figure out the deal of this god-killing blade.
Do you think Arkhanos could help?
Arkhanos would be knowledgeable. Could help us out. The thing is, if Deus is there as well, he can ambush us.
Maybe. Maybe not.
He's one of the Deadeye's best assassins. I shudder to think what he's capable of. So we need to make a decision. Do we find Deus, or do we find Arkhanos? Either way, there will be danger.
Nara,
What?
what do you think we should do? In your heart of hearts, what do you think we should do?
Maybe. We need to talk to Arkhanos. He is a god, right?
Yes.
Maybe he can understand more of the god realm things that we need to do. Let's find him first.
I agree.
Deus is the last one anyway.
She looks at Asmo.
You just see him do that anime toothy smile.
We
All right.
agreed, remember?
We did.
Plus, if anybody can give us more information about a magical blade capable of slaying anything, it would be the god of magic.
All right, people, let's saddle up then. We've got a god to find.
All right. You guys saddle up and start riding back eastward through the swamps, leaving behind you Festus and his festering cave of stink and stench. For the sake of brevity, the journey out of the swamp on your gators takes about a day to get back to where you were, like little over a day. You have to stop to reform the gators, but you're trying to make up for lost time. Once you make it back out to the plains, the journey is going to take you an additional 3 days to cut across to get to Wild's Edge. During those evenings and days, what would you like to be doing?
Ooh.
Let me look at my character sheet real quick.
I will, for the next 4 to 5 days, I will try to finish the book, and any additional time after the book is finished will be spent continuing to work on that spell.
All right. If you wanted to dedicate your waking hours to getting through that book, I'd say you could arrive at Wild's Edge with 1 level of fatigue and have it done by then.
Okay.
Nara's gonna try working on deciphering that Spectral Reliquaries book.
Right. Last time it was vexing you, but go ahead and give me another intelligence check as you attempt to read that book.
Lord. 11.
Oh boy, is this a dry read. Oh my god, this guy, who taught this son of a bitch to write? The way they wrote these words into this book was very stream of consciousness. He will go and ramble on one subject forever and then switch over to another one seemingly at random. You're picking up more bits and pieces as you're going along, but give me one more roll on that.
Okay.
As, we're taking days here. It got worse the second night. It got worse.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Give me one more.
This is
for
the
that,
worst
for
book.
the remainder of the journey.
9.
This book sucks.
Ah, God. It's a Tom Clancy co-written novel. It's really shitty.
Aww.
At this pace, given maybe 3 more days of study on this book, you could probably have more information as to what you're seeking. You're definitely more knowledgeable than you were, but not as much as you would like to be at this point.
Because she only has to sleep half the amount of time, can I get 1 more roll on it?
You know what? I'll allow that.
Heaven?
Oh, no.
God damn this book! Ah!
Poor Nara.
If I ever meet the author of this book, I will murder him myself.
At one point, you started reading the book upside down, and it seemed to make more sense.
Oh my
bet you
god.
Then you realized that it was upside down, and you actually unlearned a few things.
I bet you Fezzi would ghost wrote this novel.
He might have. I will say you've learned a thing or two about an item known as a phylactery, which is a item that is designated to host somebody's soul in a preparation to attempt to become immortal.
So it's an item that you need it to
Basically,
host a soul?
Yeah, basically it's an item that is prepared and enchanted in order to hold somebody's soul. Part of a ritual that can be used to try to make somebody artificially immortal. The reason this information stuck out to you is because your master has done something very similar. It is how the leader of the North came to be, Jimothy Blackwort.
Who is a lich?
He is, in fact, a lich. So you know a little something about the process of turning somebody into a lich. You probably couldn't do it yourself, but you know that something called a phylactery is involved.
Stupid phylactery. Stupid book!
She just
Wolfgang,
like
what-
takes the single leaf off the ground and throws it.
Yeah, you lean over the side. To like reach down to the field, grab a hunk of dirt. Heh. Wolfgang, what are you doing up on your journey? Assuming every night you set up the tower.
Mm-hmm. I would.
What would I do in this sort of circumstance? I've been thinking, and I haven't really come up with anything. I'm gonna... What I'm gonna do is there anything more to the Jester's journal?
Yes.
In
Let
that
me
case, I
open
will
up my
continue reading
document.
that.
Oh my god. That means there's many.
I may or may not have written a number of entries in the Journal of the Jester of Bordeaux.
Oh my god.
Let me see which one was the last one I gave you. Jester's Journal entry 3 was the last one I gave you, which ended with hire a carriage to get me there. Here's my fall off. Okay. So we're getting to the point where you guys enter the story here. Let me find that chunk. All right. Over the next few days, you would have been able to surf through the books and find these entries. Add a handout.
Oh boy.
Here is the description. Four through 7, I think that would be.
Four through 7.
Yep.
Okay.
And should be up on all of your screens. If I did it right. Oh, there we go. Show to everyone.
There we go. Okay. So Wolfgang opens the Journal of the Jester of Bordeaux.
Yeah, it takes you like a number of entries that are kind of uninteresting to find a part that makes some sense to you.
To no surprise, the crowds have run a little dry with a murderer on the loose, and they seem to have struck again. I've been trying to keep my nose out of it, but I couldn't help but notice that when I took our sword from the bag, it seemed to be reacting again. Whoever has the corresponding stone is becoming a nuisance that I'm not sure we can ignore much longer. The hunters arrived in town today, the Connolly twins from what I've heard. They seem quite strong, but now isn't the time to get myself caught up in this whole mess. I need another night or two, and then I'll have what I need to leave this damn place behind. The presence is beginning to call for blood, though, and the Jester is eager. Next day, apparently the twins had a few more companions, a cousin, so it would seem, some sort of cat man, very generous serpent going by Mr. Black. An alias, no doubt, but I felt best not to press it, as he gave me 3 gold for my knowledge of the murderers. He was oddly open about being an outlander. I didn't even have to lie to him. A rather pleasant change of pace, really. Admittedly, this is getting harder to keep Jester at bay the longer we stay here. Luckily, with my earnings tonight, I should have enough to hire that charger tomorrow. Should be able to get to Mitternacht within a day or two, to spare at this rate, but I wonder. But what then, I wonder? Next day, cruel fates once again seemed to tear hope from my grasp. Another murder last night, and now the hunters have locked off the town. I should have just left when I had the chance and hired a charter from another town, but these gates shut, and a blasted warding on them, denying any attempts to port to the other side. Staying here will kill us. These damn monster hunters playing a detective have effectively signed for our execution. Their ineptitude in solving this isn't my problem. Their cousin and his companions are staying in the room next to ours. Maybe the quill sort of trails off as he was distracted by something. It's hard to say whether tonight's events will yield positive results, but at least the pounding in my head is gone. Silver linings, I suppose. He fought well, better than any so far. Nearly caught us with a few arrows. I'll have to mend the suit. More importantly, I need to keep my head clear and find a way out of this mess. Next day, the presence is sated and I must leave now. Perhaps that simple-minded elf holds the key to my salvation. I have little other choice, unless another town should meet the fate of Bordeaux.
Cool.
And that's what you managed to get through in your journey.
When was this from?
This would have been nearly a year and a half ago, that entry.
Okay.
In real world time, longer.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Much, much longer.
Hmm.
Asmo, anything you'd be doing on the journey? Or sorry, Wolfgang, did you have anything you wanted to?
He was just gonna look at the second to last entry and just mutter to himself, "Magnus, I'm sorry. I should have saved you." That's it.
Asmo, on the journey, is there anything that you'd be doing in preparation or to further any projects you have?
That's not really got much going on. He's just deep in thought. This is where he's just being he keeps to himself most of this. Because, I mean, like, this is, like, his entire childhood is completely recontextualized. What felt like a pointless existence actually is connected readily to everything, and no, doesn't feel as much of an outsider as he once did, but, you know, it's for him to think about.
Every night you just stand at the top of Denir's tower looking over the veranda.
I mean, you heard it. I don't know if you heard it on stream, guys, but a lot of Russian squatting. A lot of Slav squatting going on. A lot of that.
Slav squatting over Denir's veranda. Fortunate Song plays through Asmo's head, but like a bardy version. Lots of pan flute.
Untouchable.
Plays to wave the banner. All right. Well, the next. All right, at the middle of the next day, you guys arrive at the edge, approaching the forest, the vast green forest you see ahead of you. With the Silver Rock Mountains that you can kind of see off to the distance to the north. You see smoke kind of rising from these very colorful tents out front of this. I know I have music for this. Yeah, sure. Yeah, from these colorful tents out front of this forest, like very colorful tents and where the hell did my actual notes go? There we go. Yeah, you have a lot of very colorful tents and buildings that appear to be coming into view as you get closer and closer to this town. that seems to be sticking out of this forest. It looks very ramshackle and very thrown together, very avant-garde. Where is my... What page was I on? Dear Lord. All right. As you approach this bright and vibrant town, a cacophony of sounds hits your ears. Various barkers shouting out for wares they have on sale in their shops. They're bright with their brightly painted, seemingly tin roofs, kind of like dangling above their shops. Where are my other sounds? Forgive me. There we go. You can smell the smell of roasting meats, blood, vegetation. All of these smells just kind of hang in the air like a miasma. As you enter the town, lots of people dressed in very colorful, like robes and silks and various draperies, like walk about you, faces covered. You can see them kind of like, some keeping a distance, some getting closer to your spectral steeds, having never seen gator horses before, which I guess Denir decided to continue making even on land, having grown attached to them.
As a general observation, do these people look like they are particularly well off, like wealthy?
Give me a general perception check.
I'm gonna do the same thing. Actually, as they're entering the town, I'm gonna do this perception check. Like before we even get in to the gates. 24.
My perception is going to be a 18.
Right. Nara, what you notice as you're approaching, before they seem to notice you, is that this town is... It seems to be a sort of free folk commune. They seem to be mercantile by trade. Noticing like what they have on shelves in the outdoor bazaar, you note that they have lots of scrap and things that looks like they were collected from within the forest. They appear to be scavengers by nature. Wolfgang, they don't appear to be particularly well off. They don't seem to care, though. This is definitely some type, like, they aren't necessarily nomads, but they seem nomadic by nature, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. So they're not particularly living in squalor either, is what I'm getting as well, right?
I don't think you might define what they're living in is squalor, but they would not.
Okay.
Based on how they interact and what they have, would, like, is there anything, like, off about them?
The sheer amount, like, as you're kind of getting glances at these people, a lot of whom, like, some of them are walking around, like I said, kind of with their heads and faces covered. You see a lot of them have, like, different shaped eyes and different shaped, like, skeletal features. There are definitely a lot of fey folk walking around here. There's lots of gnomes, lots of half-elves, some humans walking around. A lot of the humans seem like the rougher people. Like, there's one particular adventurer kind of standing out front. He's got a iron sword slung over his back, maybe slightly too large, but he's missing an arm. Has a hook where his right hand should be. He just kind of like glares at you guys as you walk in. Almost kind of like a pitiful sort of look to his eye, like more people coming into the grinder. But there's also this kind of glance of like, shit, more competition too, you know? You can tell this guy's been here for a while.
Nara's just gonna keep eyes darting around on everything and like sizing up everyone around them, like what they're selling, why they might be selling it, what they're wearing, like everything.
What
One
they're
thing-
buying with.
What they're buying, what they're holding, what they're using, any kind of sleight of hand movements, all of that.
All right, give me another perception check, Nara, now that you're kind of in the town.
17.
All right. You definitely see a group of people kind of like pulling a fleece on one of the shops, where somebody's talking to the shop owner while somebody sneaks up behind the counter and just like scoops a bunch of stuff into a bag and starts running. The other guy throws the guy's cloak over, like flips the guy's cloak over his face and starts to run. Ah, get back here, kids, you sons of bitches! Starts running after them. Then as soon as he turns away, 5 other people swoop in and just rob him blind. And just walk away. Ah! I'm ruined! Just sits, just like kind of sits with his palms in his face. There's a guy, as you kind of like make towards, there's a kind of a cross intersection down this main road that leads into town. So like the first main street corner that you come across, you're starting to see slightly better, like longer built shops. They're actual buildings rather than just these open air markets. One seems to be like one area seems to be herbalist. A lot of them actually seems to be herbalist by nature. You can see one that has old rusted swords kind of hanging out front, maybe a smithy of sorts. And there is a tavern at the corner as well, with a big sign above it with these large pink dice with green dots on them.
Ooh, that's a gambling establishment.
Yeah,
Nara's hackles are way up.
yeah, the titling written in Elven seems to call it the Lucky Seder.
Oh, I was hoping for classy bitches, but that'll work too.
Are they still on the gator horses?
You guys are, yeah, and you've definitely drawn attention.
Asmo dismounts.
As you dismount, the gator horse.
You cut out on my end. The
You
gator
did.
horse what?
Oh, sorry.
Gator horse what, Nick? The gator horse what, Nick?
It just poofs.
There we go.
Oh my god.
It Naruto desummons.
Oh no, I was logged.
Is there like an alleyway nearby?
There are lots of alleyways.
Okay, Nara's going to stay very close to the group, but like make it look as though she's going down an alleyway and then flip it on a face. That is
Okay.
just like a normal ass human.
Go ahead and roll stealth.
Watch me botch this. Yeah.
You walk into the alleyway, just like looking left, looking right. You walk into the shadowy alleyway, and out a back door from a place, a man turns. Ah! Ah! Hey, girlie. You want some drugs? I got illegal drugs.
She holds up her scythe and looks at him. That's it. No words, just staring.
That a yes, that a no. I'll let you be. You look busy. Goes back inside. Chunk.
And then no one else is around at this point?
You don't know.
Fuck.
You think you're hidden.
I don't trust it then. Okay. She'll just
Well,
come
here's
back
the
out
thing.
then.
You think you're hidden.
Oh.
Your stealth roll is what it is. You don't know how stealthy you are.
But given that someone just walked out there, that's ruined.
That's fair.
Yeah, if someone hadn't just walked out, then she might have still done it. But if he walked out, she's like, well, shit, someone's definitely seen me just standing back here, so never mind on that, I guess.
To your credit, he didn't seem to care that you were a drow.
That's a good point, too. Okay, yeah, I'll just not do any of that then. And walk back out to join the group. But also still hackles way, way up. Does not trust people like this.
Denir dismounts, runs a hand along the jaw of the beast as he lets it go back to where it was. The Cloak of Incognito is up.
It pops back into the dimension of fucking Lovecraftian horrors that you pulled it out of.
I was going to say dreams, but that works as well.
Sure, realm of Lovecraftian. Yeah, sure. Realm. Okay, you're literally pulling beasts from the realm of dreams. I like that.
Mm-hmm. That's my shtick. And he's going to pull the cloak tight. Hood is up. Face is obscured. Voice is modulated. And I'm just watching silently.
There's a halfling kind of eyeing you from one of the stores when you throw that cloak over your head. He's standing out front, just smoking from a pipe. Seems fairly old. He's got long white hair at the side of his head. The top of his head is completely bald. He's got thin little wispy whiskers kind of like trickling down his face. He's wearing what would be the equivalent of like a burlap wife beater and slacks, and is completely barefoot. Long white hair kind of trickling off his feet. It seems nonplussed by what you just threw on, but is definitely keeping an eye on you now that you have it on.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to cast Detect Magic.
It's within 30 feet of you, yeah?
Yeah.
So aside from the casual magical items that you guys are always keeping about you, you can see a lot of these doorways at these shops are warded. The doorway to the tavern is warded. All of them seem to be defensive and inactive at the moment. But they are there and can be activated, presumably by the caster or by some device. Lots of the items in the bizarre storefronts as you were traveling in, magical in nature. There were a lot of faintly magical gems just kind of sitting on trays. This place definitely survives on the trade of magical items foraged from the Feywilds beyond. As for what you saw them trading with, sometimes you'd see people trading with gold, other times they're trading by barter. One magical creature actually kind of catches your eye. A fawn walking in, carrying just this basket of mushrooms. And he goes into one of the herbalist shops. In fact, Nara, the shop he walks into is the one that you were behind when that man found you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got more mushrooms for you. He walks in, like pulling a beaded curtain back as he walks in.
Oh my god.
The beads shimmer. The beads definitely seem magical in nature.
A lot of magic in this place.
I'm sure there's a way to make a lot of money here.
So it's just his eyes have not left that gambling establishment.
Way to lose a lot of money.
Asmo, give me a perception check.
Nah, that's not true. You can't lose if I'm winning.
A perception check, you say, Nick?
Yes, I do.
Oh my goodness, where's my perception on my character sheet?
Oh my
goodness, every time it's always there. It is. Oh, God, I always think
Alphabetical.
Dude, I always think it's performance, and I don't know why. 19.
As you're glancing, you kind of glance up to the upper window, and you can see a pair of eyes looking down at you as the curtain reshields them. You're being watched from in there.
Okay, so what kind of eyes? Were they come hither eyes? Were they cautious eyes? Were they hungry eyes?
They were... How to describe the eyes that you saw? You first recognized the color of them. They were like emerald green. Piercing. Staring at you. They were watchful eyes. Curious.
Watchful.
Not Not malicious, but curious.
Now, was I seeing it from the side of the blinds or from the bottom of the blinds? Could I tell if it was an adult or a kid?
It was a curtain. They were taller than the average adult.
Okay. All right.
The most you could make out from their face, given their stealth roll and your perception check, was that they were they were kind of like thinner than the average human. Definitely had an elf-like build to them.
Okay.
You could not tell.
Sorry.
Yeah,
What
you,
is
you
this
could not
place
you could
above?
not tell gender. You could not tell anything beyond like their emerald-colored eyes and that they were elf-like.
Elf-like and emerald eyes. What is this place above? Because it's the second story, right?
Yes,
It is above the
it's the gambling tavern that you're looking at.
It is a gambling tavern. Okay.
Mhm. It just happens to be on the second floor where they were looking down.
Hey, Wolfgang, I'm gonna go lose your money. Be right back.
Not
Asmo
my
just
money.
got. Nah, don't worry. I'll just put you down for collateral once I run out. I'm fucking kidding.
Asmo says as he walks in.
All right, Asmo leaves the party.
It's quirky how we test our friendship like that.
Lenny, while we've been here, have we noticed the weasel in town? Because we know that's where Tom said he was going.
That's a very good question. Everybody out here, feel free to give me another perception check.
Mm-hmm. And Nara was in the alleyway whenever Asmo left, so she has no idea where he went.
16.
17 for you.
I have disadvantage
Oh,
due
that's
to my
right. That's
exhaustion.
right. You're tired. Thank you for keeping me honest.
25.
21.
Wolfgang, Nara, pretty easy to notice, but there's some like crumpled up sheets of paper on the ground. One that kind of like flutters by. You see an advert for the weasel. Odd. Normally these would be birds kind of flying about. Something seems to have disenchanted them midair.
I'm gonna turn on detect magic as well.
You notice the same things as Wolfgang. Lots of the storefronts are warded. Areas around you just lots of like pseudo magical items and magical items. There appears to be from that drugstore, which is lack of better words, I guess. There appears to be kind of fumes of magic kind of trickling out now.
And looking at the crumpled paper, is there anything about them that would like indicate what happened?
No, they've just been disenchanted.
Okay. Okay.
This might be a good chance to resupply. If we have anything that we need to get rid of, this would be a good opportunity. Or if anything we need to get, a good opportunity. We don't know how long it's going to take to go deeper in.
Where did Asmo go?
Oh, he's off gambling.
Gambling?
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Asmo right now. He's just watching a cockfight, screaming. Ah! Ah!
Why do you do this?
Okay.
She like kind of sidesteps closer to Denir.
I can understand creatures, but people like this make me nervous.
Well, we're close to the Feywild, so you're right to be nervous. You're also right to check your coin pouches every once in a while, and he'll just sort of grab his coin pouch just to make sure it's still there.
Nara is like hyper aware of everything right now. Very, very, very high uncomfortable alert.
There are a lot of people roaming about. So yeah, there's lots of people roaming around this town. Seems to be a trio of people kind of bringing in a cart from down the road that leads out towards the east side of town. Seems to be carrying a bunch of unhewn stones cast with ivy some hunks of metal along with them. A smaller man, a large fat man, and kind of a medium-sized man with long curly hair. Keep moving, boys! We struck it rich with these ones. All we gotta do is crack them open and make sure that there's full of gold! I thought we was looking for magic gems. Shut up, knuckle face!
Why I oughta?
Oh my god.
I still have my detect magic up. Do I sense anything
Same.
vaguely magical about the people that just brought in that huge
Cart?
stuff?
They appear to be wearing. Each of them appears to be wearing at least one magical item on them, robes of sorts, and each of them has either magic boots or a magic ring on. Nothing particularly strong, nothing compared to what you guys have, of course. The cart that they are wielding, unfortunately, is just completely mundane. Everything inside of it, worthless.
Unless it's gold.
There could be gold inside them rocks.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I could probably go for stocking up on some rations.
Yeah. One would hope. And I would
Denir
assume you're gonna
Warbrick.
do that, hopefully.
The mage tower doesn't meet our needs there, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys need to get your own food.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't like produce its own food. We have to bring our own, but we can use the supplies inside to cook. It's up to Lani to rule if we can store supplies in there or not.
I'll say you can. There's no reason not to. I will say that if they are perishables, they will go bad in a normal amount of time, but
How long will this yogurt last without a lid?
Oh my
2 weeks,
God.
right?
before turning into cheese?
I turned into cheese? Oh, we're
Oh my
keeping all the yogurt then.
No. No.
All of it!
He can keep them somewhere outside my tower. They ain't coming in. So, Denir's
Not
going to
there,
go
by
with
the way, that was
Wolfgang.
just in chest.
Oh, I realize.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so you guys are just looking for a general store of sorts?
Yeah,
Among other
probably
things.
you're probably looking to pick up some rations, maybe see what kind of magical items people are peddling, and see if we could buy or trade.
Alright, go ahead and give me a charisma check just to find just some general street knowledge of where some things are.
Charisma.
Charisma.
I am alright at that. 16.
Should
Yeah,
I
you
also? Should we all?
Wolfgang was enough to kind of figure out where some of the things are.
Okay.
The general store is going to be a little bit further eastward down the road that you came in through, past the gambling hall. For trail rations and things like that, it's going to be closer to the woodward entrance.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I'm assuming we've got a couple long rests since we...
Yeah, except for Denir, who currently needs one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and re-up my,
Get you some
my
slack.
shit. Also remember your temporary hit points if you lost any of them. I forget.
Nope.
Where do we go back up to
Yeehaw.
the temporary hit? Is it 9?
It is 9, I believe.
Yeah, okay,
Get
cool.
9 temporary hit points at the start of a long rest because of my Celestial Warlock ability.
So wait, we don't know anything about this town at this point, right?
You know zero about this town. You know where the general store is. You know that they are definitely a mercantile economy.
We still know where that hobbit dude is, right?
Yeah, he's just been sitting out front of a shop. He was watching Denir as he was putting on the cloak of incognito. Just been keeping eyes on you guys. He seems to be sitting out front of an apothecary of sorts. Seems to be some form of potion or herbalist shop.
He didn't seem magical, did he?
I mean, he's a halfling. He didn't seem to be wearing anything particularly magical, but
Well, by nature, they're magical.
yeah.
Nara's gonna go and ask him about what this town is and what maybe to expect about it.
You walk up to him. He's just kind of like keeping an eye on you as you approach. What you want, girlie?
What town is this?
Come all this way and don't even know Wild's Edge.
Wild's Edge. That's the name.
Hey! Not
What
from
is-
around here, are you?
No.
Don't see many of your kind coming through.
That does not surprise me much.
Me neither. Not much does these days.
Why would you say that?
When you live to be as old as I, you see a lot of things. Especially in this town. Coming in, going out.
What sort of things have come and gone recently?
Recently? One bloke walked through, caught the attention of the governor. That was interesting. About last interesting thing I saw, really.
What made them so interesting?
Apparently an old friend of ours.
What did they look like?
Traveled around, had this spindly-looking black beard. Elf he was. Haggard by the looks of it. Trail haggard. Came through a few days ago. Maybe 5 days. Stopped for the night. Continued onward. By himself. Fucking fool's probably dead already.
An elf with a spindly black beard.
Yeah,
that
looks
knew
like
the
he could.
governor?
Looks like he could never grow one proper. Elves
Wait.
can't grow a beard to save their damn lives.
Wait a minute.
What did you know the name of this person?
Didn't really think to keep my ears out for it.
And you said they know the governor.
Yes, the governor.
Who are they?
Goes by Dillinger. Points up above the gambling den. Lives up that way. Tries to keep her eye on everything. She's tough, but fair.
And this elf was a friend?
She says as she looks up.
Seemed to be. Came walking through here. Governor sent people out to stop him. Said, you get the fuck up here. And so he did. I thought, well, he's fucking dead. You don't go up against the governor and lives like that, not with that sort of reception. Then threw a damn party. Old acquaintance, apparently.
So, what other interesting things have you seen in the last year or so?
Ever heard of an elephant?
Yes.
Oh, what?
He just nods.
One was here.
Yeah, it's probably not within the last year, though. That would be like 50 years ago.
Ah,
Damn sure never forget it, though. That's about it. It's been kind of dry between then and there.
That is a long time for not much to happen.
You tend to forget a few things. Starts puffing on his pipe. Who are you?
I'm Nara.
Tibbers. That's what they calls me.
Oh, I was drinking. Why would?
Anyway, Nara, you want to buy some poison? He kind of like points back to his shop.
Yes?
Alright, come the fuck in! I got the finest high-grade organic non-GMO cruelty-free poisons.
Excellent. Now this is the kind of guy I would give my business to. I'd back his Patreon.
What is your most powerful one?
Probably the Lily of Death. Depends, like, okay. So when you say most powerful, do you mean like, kind of swipes his thumb across his throat? Or do you mean, oh god, I'm gonna be shitting me guts out for weeks?
Both.
Yes.
Well, Lily of Death's gonna be the one you want for the... As for the shitting guts out for weeks, that one belongs purely to Derek's Folly.
Derek's Folly.
Aye. Derek's Folly.
Was that the one who discovered the poison?
Nah, he's just me test bug for all me poisons. And this one, his least favorite. He points over to a man standing in a cage. Hi.
I lost a bet.
She kind of like holds her finger up to start saying something and then stops.
Hello, Derek.
Don't pay attention to him. He's a piece of shit. Yeah, I'm pretty bad.
Oh.
He's my poison tester. That's how I make sure it's cruelty-free. Never tested on animals, only Derek.
Good man. Good man. No, this is a good man right here, Nick.
Fucking blinking face gif.
Well, Lily poison then?
One death lily. Alright, let's see here. Goes behind a counter. By the way, this room, there are like vials and jars of like old dried herbs, old dried mushrooms, fresh berries in like vials of ichor, all sorts of blade oils, and several applicator kits. Let's see, you want this processed for you, or do you want to process it yourself? It'll save you a bit if you do it yourself, but don't breathe the dust.
I don't know how to process that.
Well then, I'll get the oils.
Don't breathe this.
Just don't breathe this! Except you, Derek, you son of a bitch! Okay.
Fucking Derek making it all about him again. Fuck's sakes, that's why he's in this scenario.
God damn it, Derek.
Now, for application purposes, would you like it to go on a blade, or would you like to feed it to him raw?
Blade.
Blade oils, gotcha. How many applications worth would you like?
How much are they?
50 gold per, unless you wish to trade with barter.
What sort of things would you barter?
Well, that's for you to offer me. I don't really know what I want until I sees it.
I do have this art I found.
She unrolls
Would you like art?
the painting from the Kench Manor.
He pulls out a monocle, which somehow makes his pupil smaller, but his eye way bigger.
Oh.
Ah, excellent. I'm just reminded of that one It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia scene. Shit! With Danny DeVito with that giant wig.
He looks over the art. Let me roll something for... I'll roll something for Derek, too. Derek's like, oh, that's really cool. Shut your fucking trap, Derek!
I'm enjoying a treat, Derek.
How much did I say that art was worth?
100.
100 gold?
Mm-hmm.
100,000 gold. Shh, come on, y'all lie.
Yeah, I mean, 300 gold.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a... what's the roll I'm looking
Tell
for?
me it's-
Persuasion.
Damn it.
You have
Well-
high charisma?
Huh?
You have high charisma. You should be fine.
I do.
Aw.
It's a 16.
All right.
Hmm?
I could. He looks behind his basically his counter, kind of like puts his fingers up, like maybe. I can give you 3 vials worth for it.
I will take it.
All right. As for the Derek's Folly, would you like that to be blade oil, or would you like that to be force them to drink it or pour it in one of their sheets?
Maybe an ingestible.
All right, ingestible Derek's Folly. So here, let me tell you about these. He kind of sets the vials of blade oil, poison blade oil, up in a rack. You will apply this to a blade that you wish to attack an opponent with. It will last for 1 hour,
Okay.
and anything you attack will not really like it. It'll essentially do an additional 1d12 poison damage
Oh.
to any attack that you have this oil applied to.
Okay.
12?
Yep, 1d12
Yeah.
poison damage.
Yeah, I was gonna say 1d12 is like, oh, ooh.
Yeah,
that could-
it's a barbarian dice of poison.
yeah. I'm about to say that could be nothing or everything.
But be careful. There's lots of things out in those woods. If you want to use it on the wildlife, which why would you when Derek's right there? Hi. If you want to use it on the wildlife, there's plenty out there that just don't give a shite about poison.
Out in the wilds.
Yes. Also, I'm always looking for more poison glands from creatures. I don't like harvesting myself, but if somebody happens to be walking by with, say, the poison glands of, say, a wyvern, I might be able to turn that into something even more powerful.
See, I don't know much about wyverns, but I do know about their poison.
Are they nearby?
I hear tale that they hang around the mountainsides.
I could get some of those. Easily.
Well, if you do, make sure to stop by. And think of your old pal, Tibbers.
And Derek.
Yeah, hi. Don't talk to him! He knows what he did.
What did he do?
Don't you go worrying about what Derek did and didn't do. He's a piece of shit. And he deserves everything. I really do.
Well,
Seems
all
like
right
definitely feels
then.
like it some days.
She still has Detect Magic on, doesn't she?
I do.
With Detect Magic on, nothing about Derek's prison is magic.
It's just in there.
Several of these poisons are magic, including the 3 vials you just bought. The Derek's Folly is not magic. It appears to be, as he brings up the vial, these will be about 10 gold per, if you'd like some. Don't drink it. He sets like 1 vial down. It looks like this greenish purplish ooze on the inside of a vial.
One.
Just one?
Mm.
That's usually enough to get a party ended.
That is the plan.
And that'll be 10 gold.
Here you go. And she tries to get out the gold as very quietly as possible to not rummel the other, gold.
And you hand him the 10 gold.
Pleasure doing business with ya, Lady Nara.
And thank you, Sir Tibbers.
Pleasure. Remember, Wyvern Glands. And, if you ever need any more poison, or know anybody that needs more poison, just, send them my way. I always appreciate more business.
Of course. Wyvern Glands.
And she, sticks up a thumb and extends her arm out in front of her.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Shut the fuck up, Derek!
And she, comes skipping out to Denir and Wolfgang.
Who have gotten the information they need to know where pretty much any store they might be looking for would be. The drugstore is very popular. Most people seem to label that first. Who knows why? But yeah, you know where the general store is. It's kind of a trail shop. A little further down the road. You know that the gambling den is the tavern there. It's kind of like the local social hall, and they have a few rooms for rent should you need to stay a night. There are a number of magical item shops, only one of which people would actually recommend you go to. It's one that's actually not far from you. It's kind of kitty corner to where the gambling hall is. Called Boggarts and Bolts.
Boggarts and bolts.
Boggarts and bolts, huh?
Okay. Well, while we're in the general store, I'll probably pick up a couple trail rations.
Now, the shop owner in here. Oh, you also learned that there is an expeditionary guild in town.
Ah, excellent. That was also what I was going to ask.
That would be a good place to gather information about the Feywilds and what you might find in, and maybe even hire some help going into, etc., etc.
I'm getting a massive "we need a guide" vibe.
You don't need a
No,
guide.
Nick, it's Nick. You've underlined it and everything. I'm wearing 3D glasses to be zooming out to me.
The fact that I almost forgot to mention the Expeditionary Guild means that I definitely didn't underline it and kind of scribbled it in.
No, Nick, I've caught you in a lie.
Oh no!
Wow.
Oh no, I'm dead again. Oh.
I feel like it's more of Nick just going, "Do you want to do a fetch quest?"
Come on.
There are plenty of things you can do.
Do you want to be a Fey slave?
All right.
No.
So, but yeah, the owner of the general store, or at least the manager or the person that seems to be running it right now, human male, kind of a scarred up face, looked to be a former adventurer, has a number of missing fingers on one hand, and half of his lower jaw is made of metal.
Ooh, that's badass.
Let me know if you're missing anything.
Nara's
I
staring.
don't believe I'm missing anything. Thank you, sir. I'll pat my gold pouch once again to make sure it's still there.
Right. Hello, pretty lady.
Hello. How is half your face metal?
Well, it was a long process. I'd love to tell you if you'd like to get some drinks sometime.
He tries to wink, but his face like just kind of scrunches up on one end, and like only half of his eye closes, and the glass eye rolls out. Pink.
Oh, crap. Still up for that drink, though?
Like, completely blank face.
No, thank you.
All right.
Turns on a
Okay.
dime. Starts
I
following Denir.
I understand. I know I can be a bit intimidating.
Yeah. That's confidence.
No, nothing like that. It's just she's already taken.
Where was I taken?
Asmo is the boyfriend.
No!
Oh, yes.
Achoo! Ah!
All right. So what other items would you be looking for in the general store outside of just general trail rations and normal food?
I'm assuming there's no maps.
The general store does like have some incomplete maps, but the best place for you to get that would be the Expeditionary Guild.
Okay. Is there anything else we need?
How much is he
have a
charging for rations, by the way?
Like just 5 silver per.
Okay.
Okay. I'll probably just...
Gold per silver?
Is it... Yeah.
Or how many silver per gold, I mean?
I believe it's 10 silver per gold.
Yeah, it's 10 silver per gold.
And it was how many silver per ration?
5.
5? Okay.
2 rations for a gold.
Okay.
I'll
Nara's
hand
gonna
him-
get 2 of them.
2 days worth of rations.
Yeah.
I'll hand him 5 gold and pick up 10 rations.
All right.
Nara sees that and gets 4 more so that she gets 1 more than him for no reason.
Wolfgang just blinks.
Delightfully
head.
petty.
Nara owes 5 gold and 1 silver.
Yeah.
Wolfgang will say, "You win."
Nara, like, puts both hands on the rations and, like, sweeps them off the table. While staring at Wolfgang.
What about you, Shadow?
Denir is going to pick up 14 days worth of rations, and he is going to...
Now Denir wins.
He is also going to pick up supplies for, I'd say, supplies for at least 10 modest meals for preparation in the kitchen, which will run him about 30 silver, so another 3 gold.
Actually, I'm going to buy 3 more gold's worth of rations and then give them to Asmo when he's...
Thank you, Connor. I appreciate
So
you.
an additional 6 days worth of rations.
Yes.
Denir, you're able to find... There's a selection of dried meats that can be boiled and turned into stews, like dried and smoked meats. Tube vegetables that will hold for a fairly long while. Wild onions. You're able to find like a decent amount that'll make some decent stews.
Good deal. And he's just going to make sure that the tower has food that we can cook in the tower, because trail rations gets haggling after a while, and he's going to make sure that they have rations as well in case anybody runs out.
Would a grappling hook also be something that the Expeditionary Guild would sell rather
You
than
could find
the
you could
general
find that
store?
you could find that in the general store.
We
I
all
will
Yeah, and any
purchase the
general
grappling
field
hook.
general field equipment you can find here.
grappling hook is not general. That feels so specific.
It's adventuring
Well, in
gear,
that case-
and that's what they'd have at a general store.
That's fair.
Especially if they're near a mountain and have to do scaling.
Taka,
lucky.
does Asmo have a crowbar?
Asper does have a crowbar.
Yeah, he
I
has
always
these
Okay.
tools.
Okay.
You said that so
in that
sadly.
case-
Yeah, he's got those.
Yeah,
thieves
he's got
tools.
thieves tools.
I'll go ahead and purchase a grappling hook then, just just in case we have another quicksand incident.
What other
All right.
types of things are in this store? Just to be curious.
Anything that you can find on like the general items page of the player's hand guide, you can find in here. Things like rope, chain, locks, chests, barrels, field rations, compasses, traveling gear, spy scopes.
I think we already have several of those
Ink,
things.
paper, cartographer's equipment.
Denir, how are you on your
I will
spell
answer that in
components?
just a couple moments.
General tools, mundane weapons like long swords, short swords, and daggers, hatchets, axes, you know.
The usual.
How you do. Lantern oils, lanterns. I'm just going through in case there's
Nick,
nets.
I gotta ask the real question. Do you sell cocaine gum?
Just go to the fucking drugstore. I keep bringing it up. If you want something that's underlined,
Do they sell drugs at the drugstore now?
they might. They
Yeah.
might sell illegal drugs at the drugstore.
That's crazy.
She's just perusing over all of the things.
I think I have anything else that I need per se.
All right, well, I'll let you guys think that over in case there is some stuff that you haven't thought of, and we'll rejoin Asmo in the gambling den when we get back from a short break. Hey guys, Lani here. If you're liking what you're watching, feel free to hit that subscribe button and that like button. It really helps me feel the love for this series. And if you want to catch us live, feel free to hit us up on twitch.tv/Lanipator Mondays at 5 o'clock Central Time. Thanks for rolling with me. Now let's get back to the action.
Oh, did we leave the shop?
Oh, yeah. Was there anything else that you guys would have liked to have bought?
Is there really a grenade launcher there?
What?
I was just looking at items. There's a grenade launcher.
I'm going to say no.
Grenade launcher.
Just curious.
Just in like the general items of the player's handbook.
Look what I found.
Boom! You could probably find some like rudimentary explosives like black powder and stuff.
Like dynamite? Or
Yeah,
what I have
yeah,
to assemble?
What would essentially be rudimentary dynamite? Like they
How much does it sell for?
probably like 2 gold per charge.
Nara will buy 5.
5 black powder charges.
And this is just a general store. There's no kinds of scrolls or magic items here. Those are at the other stores, right?
Yeah, if you're looking for magical items, yeah, that would be at the magic shops around town. This place, it has stuff that you could use to like, you know, you could probably buy some like very rudimentary spell components here and things like that. There's like scrolls and ink and things like that, but
Oh, that would be very good then, if at all possible. I would like to get a few 100 gold for spell components and ink.
yeah,
name?
sure.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and mark that off. Yeah, let's go 300 for ink / inscribing components and 100 for various components for my spells.
All right. And with that, let me find my happy music. There it is. Yeah. Then my... Oh, I have so many things queued up. So, Asmo, you step into the tavern and gambling den. The air is thick with smoke.
just breathes in as much second as he can.
It smells like stale ale. There's that coppery smell of blood on the ground. You smell perspiration and sweat, shame.
Excellent. This is a brothel, right?
I mean, you definitely see some workers around that could be. You'd have to ask them.
Achoo!
But maybe you won't. And but maybe you think better of somebody, since there's somebody who just bought a fuck ton of poison. Anyway. You look around the room. There's tables where people are playing cards. There appear to be a number of dice games. And in the far corner, off in the back, away from the bar, there is a little pit with a bunch of men standing around it, just kind of cheering and jeering as they're looking down into the pit. A number of gambling games going on here. You are greeted up front by what appears to be a... He looks almost half orc, but he looks way too big. He's got these, like, kind of tusks out front, and he looks down at you.
Okay.
Hello, welcome!
Thank you for having me.
What brings you here?
He's wearing this kind of, like, it looks like formal robes, but the sleeves are all ripped off. His one of his eyes is lazy and kind of slinks to the side. They're both this kind of like dirty mud brown and slightly bloodshot. His hair kind of parted in this very neat part, but his hair is very like spindly and stringy. His skin this kind of putrid yellow green.
Oh, he's a bugbear. Is he a bugbear, Nick?
No!
Go ahead and give me a knowledge nature.
10.
He's half something big. That's the
Oh,
best
I
you can
see.
tell. This guy stands about 7.5 feet tall.
Oh, that's a big guy.
He's definitely a bouncer of sorts. Behind him, you can see like the tavern full of people who are just like drinking and eating and making merry. There's vivacious women flirting with men with gold, kind of like trickling out of their pockets.
Well, Asmo says,
Is my money good here?
All money's good here, sir!
Asmo just holds up his hands. He's got them 500 golds worth of the gems he got. Remember that 500 gems he stole?
Yes, your
Asmo.
money's very good here!
Point me to where I can make more of it, please, and thank you, my tall, loud gentleman.
Okay! What fits your fancy? We've got games of chance for everyone, and we would love to service you and take your money. I mean, help you make more.
I see. I shall play the games. Thank you very much. What was your name again?
My name is Jeff. With a Y.
Your name is Yef?
My,
Your name is Yef?
my name is Jeff.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Have a good day. Asmo goes toward it. Alright, so what games am I looking at here, Nick?
A lot of Jeffs running around this.
Yeah,
place.
they really are lately.
Wait a minute, I think
It's
this
a
is all
popular name
This
in
does
the
Jeff
kingdoms.
Peace ended.
It's like Michael years ago. Shit.
You telling me you've never run into 2 Jeffs in your entire life?
Dude, I hate it when I meet someone
Listen,
who's
after
spelled
Jeff,
Jeff.
he ascended, it
You
Listen,
guys never
when they
even
were
met
spelling
him.
the name
started to hold
Jeff,
other,
when
you
they
started to
were
hold
spelling
other
the
Jeffs
name-
to a higher standard.
Listen here, I refuse to respect Geoff as Jeffs, okay?
Wow.
They're pronounced Geoffs, and they have to accept that. Their name is Geoff.
Man, my friend Jeff's gonna be real sad that you
You
said
mean your
that.
friend
You mean
Geoff is
Geoff?
gonna be upset.
No, it's Jeff.
Okay, it's pronounced GIF. It's like when they pronounce the creator who made GIFs called them GIFs. It's like that you shouldn't have fucking started with the G, you jackass.
I feel like they're gonna rob you blind with how distracted you are with Jeff.
Wrong, I got an anti-Geoff field.
Wow.
All right, you don your anti-Gyoff field. Luckily, you were talking to a Yif, so as you walk around, you kind of like tour the games. There are a few different types of card games going on, all of which will test your ability to bluff and, you know. Then there
is there ye old fantasy blackjack?
I'm trying to think of how to make that work with dice. So
I apologize.
No.
Okay, never mind. If these are dice games, we'll switch it up. Okay. What's the one with the most attention?
All the card games are competition. Probably the pit round back is the one that's loudest.
Ooh, Asmo heads towards the loudest game.
Down in the pit, you see two people bare knuckle boxing.
Nice.
There appears to be a half-orc down there, kind of getting his bell rung by a fucking halfling of all. Well, actually, no, it's not the halfling. It's a kind of gangly-looking elf who's kind of rocking this, like, Abe Lincoln bearded orc.
Oh, nice. Now,
yeah,
silly
the
question,
elf
can
is
I
just
tell
like
what
kind of
color-
like Dempsey rolling him.
Can I tell what color the elf's eyes are?
Well, currently they're a bit bruised up and kind of like crunched in,
Blood
but
red.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
7.
Nah, you can't see his eyes from here. There are a bunch of people like bumping into you, kind of jostling you as they're like shaking their ale. As the elf kind of like ducks under and delivers this like vicious haymaker uppercut to the bottom of the orc's jaw. He goes flying to the ground.
Cross counter.
Winner!
Woo! Ever making some noise?
Yeah, everybody just kind of cheers. There are a few people like tearing up tickets. Ah, fuck, goddammit!
Nice.
That's
Nice,
another
nice,
one for
nice.
Slovan!
Slovan, you said?
Slovan, yes. Slyvaan.
Slovan. What a name.
As the people kind of clear out, the bookies around the area start like making payouts, handing out tickets to people to go cash into wherever the cash out booth is. One of them approaches you. Hello there, stranger. Looks to be a halfling with a curly waxed mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a Gomez Adams hairdo.
How can I help you?
That's not about how I can help you. It's not about how you can help me. It's about how I can help you.
Ah, we can both disagree. We're both going to be mutually helping each other out here. You want me to take So we're doing bets, huh?
Yes. We take bets here, or, kind of like glances you up and down. Participants.
What do we got next? Oh, ooh, I heard a tone shift there on participants. Everyone in this fight pit is willing, right?
Of course. Why wouldn't they be? Everybody wants their name in glory, do they not? And
Asmo
plus
gives them
a little
Asmo gives
side
them a
take.
look. Asmo just gives him a look, if it possible, to give him a look of like, oh yes, because people have never been horrible to each other ever in history. Look, like, are you fucking with me here, dude? Are you serious? Come on now. Let's both be adults here. Let's both assume that the rules have been stretched on this.
You look at me as though I'm trying to swindle you, Chun.
No, it's just let's not pretend here that let's not sit here and pretend every participant in a pit fight has been there willingly.
Oh, of
Just
course
make
not.
sure.
Not every pit fight, but in this pit fight, well,
Okay,
let's
tell me
just
about
say that the participants, should
Tell
they
me about-
win, get a take of the pot.
Ooh, excellent. Tell me more about this. All right, now, tell me about the competitors in this fight.
Well, you just saw our local champion, Slovan.
Yeah, an interesting fighting style. Really, out using his dexterity to avoid getting hit massively by that giant brute with the interesting beard.
Yeah. He brings in a lot of people like that.
People that get all liquored up and say, I can take him. Well, they can't, I'll tell you that much. He's undefeated to this day.
Yeah, especially, well, sounds like his opponents are all liquored up, so that makes sense.
Not all of
but
them.
Who's he fighting next, though? Because you got your champion, but who's he fighting next?
You mean who's up next to fight?
Yeah, who's up next to fight him? I want to see if I want to see who his opponent is. I want to see who to bet on.
That would be Leviticus the Lumpy.
Leviticus the Lumpy. Now, how did he get that name?
Well, his name's Leviticus, and he's really lumpy.
Like, what part of his head lumpy, his back? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Just everywhere. He comes wearing that cloak, and he comes out, he's really lumpy, and, well, leaves his opponent
Okay,
lumpy too.
Please describe the fighting style of Lumpy. What do you hit his opponents with? His fist, his brain, his lumpy butt? What? Can't give me more here if I'm gonna bet.
He just charges in full force and lumps him up real good.
Yeah, I like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I definitely like that.
Just charges in, and it's hard to really make sense of what's happening. He's just wobbling back and forth as the opponent's finding a hard time defending themselves, and, well...
Is Lumpy drunk? Is Lumpy drunk most of the time?
It certainly could be.
Certainly sounds like it. Okay. Well, when's the next fight?
15 minutes. If you're interested.
You know what? I think I'm gonna watch this fight. I've seen your champion fight, but where can I admire Lumpy?
Well, right here, if you'd like to place a bet, I'd be a man.
No, I want to see who I'm possibly betting on.
Sure thing. Let's see, on the list of volunteers to fight our champions, we have Gorthak the Man-Eater.
Oh, interesting. Has he eaten a man?
I can only assume.
I mean, you could just call yourself that. For all I know, I could be Asmo.
I mean, most people, let's be honest, most people in here come in choosing a nickname they think is cool. And then they go down there, show off in front of their friends, and typically they don't eat their opponent.
That's good. All right, tell me more. I like that guy. Interesting name.
Oh, he just showed up today. He just
Oh,
signed
really?
up. Yeah.
Ugh,
I
tell me about it.
believe he's looking around. There. He points across the room, and you can see a scarred-up, bronze-skinned dragonborn sitting at a table. He's got, like, his face and nose is, like, all clawed and scarred up. Looks like he's fought, like, a bunch of animals. A couple of his teeth are just, like, jagged and cracked. He's got this kind of wild look in his eye as he's staring across a table, playing cards. And as the hands go down, he stands up, grabs his opponent, just headbutts him, and punches him in the face and starts punching him more and more. Nobody seems to be breaking this up.
Oh, man, that's just therapy at this point. Some people go have therapy, some people have bar fights. But hey, I like that. He seems like a go-getter. How many fights has he had in the pit so far?
He showed up this week. This will be his second fight in the pit. He won one round.
Who's he taking on next?
Leviticus the Lumpy.
Leviticus the Lumpy. Alright, if Lumpy wins, I'll bet on him to beat your champion. You know what? Tell you what.
Asmo just pulls out one of those gemstones. We never said how much they're worth, so I'm gonna how much do you think it should be worth, Nick? I got $500 worth of gems.
500 gold in gems.
Yeah.
I'd say that you probably have like 10 gems ranging between like 20 and 100 gold apiece.
I give him 100 gold one. Cause just like do the little like the coin flip.
Ting-a-ling-ling. You can put that down there on your lumpy boy.
Okay, well now we have to decide how much you believe this is worth.
Oh. That's 100 gold.
You think?
Listen, here's what I wanted to say. That's 200 gold. You want to say 50. Let's split the difference. Go 100.
You just said 100. If we're splitting the difference, then it's 75.
Damn it.
Go ahead and give me
Nick,
a
I'm trying to
go ahead
hustle
and-
him.
I know. Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
No. No, you're I'm gonna gaslight him. You're lying. You didn't hear that.
Okay, go ahead and see how effective your gaslighting is.
Oh.
18.
All right, 100 gold.
All right, there we go. 100 gold. If it makes you feel any better, you can say that was taken from a very powerful lord who's now dead.
I don't know
But
how
of
that
course
will
it's
add to the value of a gem, but
It doesn't matter anyways, because it's coming back to me, because I'm going to win that bad. Have yourselves a good day, sir.
And I wink at him.
all right then. So you go to wait for the fight to start.
The problem is with having one eye is you never know if I'm blinking or winking.
Yeah.
It sucks.
You blink at him.
Excellent.
What are you going to do while you're waiting for the fight to start?
Well, I want to go over to another dice rolling game.
All right.
I want to see if I can spend a little bit of money real quick here, too, while we're waiting for that fight to start up. But Asmo's also going to see where the stairs are upstairs.
They are behind the bar as you're kind of like glancing around the room.
Oh, no. So we have to distract the bartender so I can sneak behind there. Got it. I'll try and steal something on the other side of the house.
You can see a window that goes into the back behind the bar. The stairs are back there, kind of in a back room. You find a dice game. People kind of standing around, each taking turns to roll the dice. A half-elven woman standing at like an empty spot in the table kind of like nods at you. She appears to be the keeper of this game. Her hair kind of a mousy white, like straight, like kind of like kept in like relatively unkempt braids streaming down the down her shoulders. Hello, sir. Interest you in a chance of Wild's fate?
Why the hell not?
Asmo pulls the chair on, but he doesn't sit down normally. He sits down like Riker from Next Gen. Very different. Puts his leg over that chair as he sits down.
Interesting fashion. Have you played Wild's Fate?
No, I have not.
Well, you roll one of our specialty dice. She sets a dodecahedron down in front of you.
What's a dodecahedron, Nick?
It is a 20-sided dice.
What?
Yes. And she.
But dices are supposed to have sixes.
But no, this one's got 20.
No.
Each
No.
side is marked with an elven is marked with an elven number between 1 and 20. You are to guess whether it will land above or below 10.
Oh, man. So every choice is...
Oof. Asmo smiles. This is fun. Let's do this a couple times. Asmo cracks his knuckles.
Alrighty, let's play this game. What's your name?
Varilla.
Oh, I thought your name was going to be Yef or something, but okay.
No, that's the bouncer.
Yeah, his name is Yef.
You can still hear the beating going on beside you, by the way, as Yef isn't really doing much of anything, just kind of like picking his nose with his pinky. He doesn't do much.
Well, he's big and tall, and that's what you want for that job. So, let's
Yes.
play this wild game.
You must choose whether you believe the results will be above or below 10.
I believe it will be below 10.
The minimum bet is 50 gold.
I take out one of those 50 gold gemstones.
50, will that do?
Yes, this being your first game, I will accept this as a minimum wager. Now, above or below 10?
Below 10.
Cast your fate.
Let they decide to guide the light. We see. Yeah!
Oh my god.
Congratulations, sir. She puts a stack of 50 gold next to your gem.
Excellent. I'm gonna add that to my stockpile.
Care to play again?
I would, but this time I'm going to choose also below 10.
Very well.
Lovely.
Place your bet.
Let it ride!
Oh
Yeah!
She puts an additional 100 gold next to the 100 gold, or next to your gem and the 50 gold you had set on the table.
So I just made 150 gold.
Yes.
Okay, I need to make sure I'm adjusting my tally.
Oh, that was daring. That was daring. Oh. Do I let
Luck.
it ride?
The wild luck appears to be on your side, sir.
Yeah, but luck is a finite resource and always lacking when you really need it. Tell you what.
Asmo slaps down another hole. 100. Just takes 150, pushes it in.
I think I'm gonna go one more time there, my dear.
So you, so on the table currently is the gem and the 150 you have won plus an additional 100.
No, I just everything that I've won, pretty much.
Okay, so
everything that.
200 gold on the table. Very well.
Above
or below 10.
Above.
May fate be on your side.
My game, literally, my Mozilla Firefox just crashed.
Oh.
That's so eerie. I gotta load back into the game. This is so
Fate
eerie.
is not on your side.
You don't know that. I'm really right back.
Hold on one second. It's gonna take me a couple seconds to load back in. There we go. I'm back.
All right. Above 10.
John can shoot. 19.
My God.
And she puts down a note on the table. Basically, she writes down a script. I'm unable to pay out above this amount, but if you take that to the bar, they'll be able to pay it out for you.
Well, thank you so very, very much.
You're very welcome, sir. She kind of puts her hand to her chest, bows down, and holds out a hand.
And as well, I take that 50 gold gem and I just put it in her hand.
She smiles.
Wasn't expecting making the money, so share the good fortune, right?
Asmo nods and blinks and walks over to the bar.
She smiles and puts the gem in a little tray beneath her station.
So I walked away with 250 gold from that?
You have 150 gold on you and a note for an additional
okay.
Yeah, an additional 200 gold.
Asmo goes up to the bar. Tender.
Barkeep.
Asmo just puts down the note.
A elven man with kind of graying red hair walks over to you. Yes, sir. What can I get you today? Looks like you've been winning quite big, he says, kind of noting towards your bulging coin purse.
The Feywilds were with me today. And
So
an
it would seem.
unexpected boon. And like all unexpected boons, one must be careful with it. If you could just host and cash that out there, that'd be fantastic. And hey, quick question. Do you know any guides, for the Feywilds? There's gotta be plenty of those around,
Well, we don't really charter them out of here, but plenty of people from the Expedition Guild pop through here. I'm sure you could find one or two down that way, though.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
He takes the note. Can I get you anything to drink while you wait, Big Spender?
Ooh. I would like your finest alcohol in your cheapest looking glass.
Right away. He goes to the back room. You can see through the window.
Yeah.
Make me a perception check.
Excellent. Excelente. Okay. Oh, shoot. I had to reset. 1 second. Perception check, you said?
Yes.
10.
You're focused on your winnings right now. But at this point, if anybody else wanted to join him, they could make it to the bar. Or was anybody else going to go anywhere else before then?
Denir was going to go shopping, going to the magic shops. The casino doesn't really feel his thing, so he was going to stop by the magic shop and probably ask questions around town, maybe head to the Expedition Guild.
All right.
What he said.
All right. Seems like everybody else has plans out that way. So while he goes back to count your gold and get you some money, here is where we will end today's session, and we'll pick up where we left off next time on Roll With
That
Me.
was Nick. That was fun.